We are getting live visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Dasanayake from the bilateral meet that just took place.
Today marks a moment of shared progress as we jointly inaugurate key projects and exchange important memorandums of understanding. These milestones will be followed by the press statements from our two esteemed leaders reflecting the spirit of partnership and mutual respect that continues to guide our bilateral relations. We shall first witness the exchange of memorandums of understanding across a wide range of sectors, reflecting the breadth and the depth of our bilateral cooperation. The first exchange is the MOU between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka for the implementation of HVDC interconnection for import-export of power. This will be exchanged on Sri Lankan side by Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala, Secretary, Ministry of Energy, and will be exchanged on Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary.
So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Sri Lankan President Dasanayake are set to sign a memorandum of understanding. Now, the visit is aimed at enhancing bilateral defense relations and strengthening partnerships in energy, trade and connectivity sectors. It remains to be seen what the statement will say on what exactly the deal was and what the MOUs exactly say. But the leaders are expected to finalize a significant defense cooperation agreement following recent discussions between Prime Minister Modi and President Dasanayake. I'm going to go to my colleague Geeta Mohan, who continues to be with us on the story. Geeta, we are getting live visuals from the bilateral meet where we're seeing Prime Minister Modi and Sri Lankan President ready to sign a memorandum of understanding. Will there be any follow-up, you think, on the previously signed MOUs, given the fact that India has bailed out and given financial assistance of $4 billion to Sri Lanka? Do you think in the post-COVID recovery phase, there could be any follow-up on previous MOUs? Right, we're going to try and establish that connection with Geeta in just a bit, but I am being joined by Madhuri Rana Singhe, Political and International Relations Analyst.
Thank you very much, Mr. Varmasri Dhanapala, Acting Secretary, Ministry of Digital Economy. We will now witness the exchange of a trilateral MOU between the Government of the Republic of India, the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, and the Government of United Arab Emirates for the cooperation in the development of Trincomalee as an energy hub. This will be exchanged on Sri Lankan side by Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala, Secretary, Ministry of Energy, and this will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, and will be exchanged on the UAE side by Mr. Khalid Nazar Al Ameri, Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Professor KTM Udayanga Hemapala and Mr. Khalid Nazar Al Ameri. The next is the exchange of the MOU between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka on defense cooperation. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Air Vice Marshal Sampath Thuyakonta, retired Secretary, Ministry of Defense, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You may resume your seating now. The next is the MOU on the multi-sectoral grant assistance for Eastern Province. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Mr. KMM Siddhiwardana, Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Mr. K.M.M. Sirivardhana, Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and would like to call upon Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, to kindly remain for the further exchanges of MOU. We will now witness the exchange of the MOU between the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of India and the Ministry of Health and Mass Media of Sri Lanka on the cooperation in the field of health and medicine. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Dr. Anil Jalsingha, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Mass Media, and will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Gentlemen, please remain. The next is the MOU on the pharmacopoeia, cooperation between the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of India, and the National Medicines Regulatory Authority of Sri Lanka. This will be exchanged on the Sri Lankan side by Dr. Anil Jalsingha, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Mass Media, and this will be exchanged on the Indian side by Sri Santosh Jha, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Next, we are ready to move on to the next segment of today's ceremony. We are ready to witness the virtual groundbreaking of the Sampur Solar Power Project. It's time to take a look at a short video highlighting the key features and the significance of this landmark project.
India and Sri Lanka share an eternal bond weaved by civilizational ties, cultural connect, and age-old goodwill. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India has emerged as the principal development partner of Sri Lanka.